there was, I guess, a debate going on between Chris Cuomo and Dave Smith. I like Dave Smith a lot, libertarian guy, very smart, always well prepared. Chris Cuomo, I don't care if he dies alone in a ditch. Like he, just so people know where I stand on Chris Cuomo, just so Melanie knows,
Mhm.
I would not piss on him if he was on fire. I don't
Oh,
care. His
now didn't
brother
he
is a
push, like, the vax really hard? That's all
he
I
pushed
really
that
know.
hard. He was a horse-paced guy. He was, you don't deserve human rights if you don't get the
Oh,
jab.
didn't it turn out that he actually used ivermectin, and then
Yes, it did. Yep,
he's saying, "Oh, wait, I'm getting vax side effects."
yep, all of this is true. He
Oh.
now admitted that he's got some sort of damage from that, but bigger than that, he also ran cover for his brother, who many believe is responsible for more than 10,000 people passing away because he crammed people into retirement homes, old folks' homes during the height of the coup. Chris Cuomo refused to cover that on CNN and even gave his brother legal advice on how to navigate the media. So Chris Cuomo is, in my opinion, like a literal demon. So
Wow, yeah.
when Patrick Bet-David hired him, I thought it was maybe the stupidest thing I've ever seen, especially when you look at like what other former CNN people are pulling in terms of viewership. I mean,
Mhm.
these people are not interesting people. They are not good at their job. They
Right.
are not smart. They are not interesting. They are not well groomed. They are the absolute worst of the worst. I mean, if you look at, here's Don Lemon without CNN propping him up.
Yeah.
He can't even break 5 to 10,000 views on an episode. This guy, by the way,
Wow.
has 1,000,000 subs on YouTube. This is a guy that
That's rough.
told Elon Musk that he wanted a Cybertruck and, like, millions of dollars, all that stuff. So, all these guys can seriously, um,
That's just insane.
the
I do way better than that on my little humble Go Boom channel.
right, yeah. So, these people are the worst, the things I never forget the things that these people said about regular everyday Americans who are maybe a little concerned about getting the jab, and the things that
Right.
they supported, like lockdowns, the things that they supported, like jab mandates, the things they
Mhm.
supported, like immunity for drug companies. All this stuff is Chris Cuomo. So why Patrick Bet-David would ever hire this loser is beyond me. And Patrick Bet-David loses a ton of respect from me as a man,
Mhm.
for giving this guy, for platforming this guy. Like, quite frankly, I know that
Yeah.
sounds like rough, but I 100% believe all of that stuff. These
Well, and
people
so
are
many
terrible.
people just want to, especially those on the other side, just want to conveniently forget how aggressive they were against those of us who weren't getting the jab and against those of us who were against the jab mandates and this, that, and the other. They wanted us dead. Like
Correct.
it was
They celebrated.
brutal.
They celebrated
Yes.
when we died, or when they thought they were
Hmm.
all about taking away people's freedoms.
Yep.
So anyway, F this guy with, like, you know, all of the love. So anyway, so they have a debate, and then, like, someone says, "Take notes, Tim Cass. Win your fans back by hosting an important debate." To be clear, Tim hasn't lost any fans. He hasn't lost any subscribers. If you weren't aware of this, Melanie, a
Hmm.
lot of people were giving him the business last week because he wouldn't have one particular guy on his show. That particular guy, while I believe deserves a platform, is the type of guy that if you put them on your podcast, you are likely to have very bad things happen to you,
Oh,
from like a censorship perspective or
gotcha.
a ban perspective, or
Hmm.
and, like, look, the guy's allowed to believe what he wants. I don't care. I think he should have a platform, but I just could never risk my entire business just to stick it to the man.
Right.
So people are making fun of Tim for not having him on. I don't believe that he should have to destroy his entire business just to prove a point.
Yeah.
Tim responds to this saying, "Actually, I was asked to do the debate and I turned it down." Of which Patrick Bet David then replies, "Turned it down? Our team and your team spoke. Your booker said you wanted us to fly you down in a private jet,"
Oh.
which was strange, especially after I attended your paid event in Miami for free. Let us know if you want to see the email exchange. I'll wait. Um, Not a great look for Tim. Definitely not a great look that essentially what Patrick is saying for people who are just tuning in is he's
Mhm.
saying like, bro, I attended your event that you charged tickets for.
Right.
You didn't fly me down. I didn't charge you for a private jet. And by the way, so people know a private jet's like going to be $25,000 plus,
Right.
so it's not like it's, he's not asking for a first class ticket. He's asking for a private plane that could be as upwards of 50 grand for that flight. And again, we'll get to what Tim said about that.
Yeah, I'm curious
Yeah.
because that is a bit bougie.
Yeah, but Patrick did kind of frame this looks really bad for Tim. Like, bro, you demanded a private jet. Like, sit down,
Yeah.
But Tim did respond and said essentially, let me find this quick. Um, he says, I don't know what the beef is. PBD asked my team if I'd debate Cuomo. I said I couldn't get there because we're live on Friday nights. If they do a private jet, I can make it. If not, I can't.
Oh.
That's it. Now, to be fair, that's fair.
That's fair, yeah, because if it's like, "Hey, there's no scheduled flights that can get him that late," so but if
Yeah.
they could arrange a private jet, then he could, then yeah, that definitely was in bad faith to try to make it sound like, "Oh, I'll do a private jet or nothing." That was bad faith.
Yeah, that's I will say, like, after Tim's response to it, it does seem to me that, like, um, PBD, uh, is in bad faith. Someone says, "You don't lose respect for PBD when he calls Daily Wire the Jew Wire." What do you mean? He didn't he's called it the Daily Israel Wire or whatever, which I think is cringe and dumb, and I don't watch Patrick Bet-David's show. So I don't know how much less respect I could have for him. Actually, if you want to goat me into it, look into how he made his money. He made all of his money off the back of poor black and brown men who were signing up to a commission based. Basically, it wasn't a pyramid scheme,
Mhm.
but it was a like an MLM where they would sell like crappy insurance to their friends and family and get a cut. And that's where he got all of his money. So I don't have a lot of
Oh.
respect for that. So if you want to know how I really feel about Patrick Bet David, I got nothing with him personally, but I don't respect the guy. Just because you have money doesn't mean I have to listen to your opinion. I mean, look how dumb Mark Cuban is, and he's got like $2 billion.
Oh gosh, isn't
Yeah,
that the truth? My
yeah,
goodness.
yeah. So, like, um, now this is yeah. So it is. I think it's bad faith
Yeah.
um to present it like Tim would only do the show if he got a private jet. The truth is Tim does not one but two shows on Fridays,
Mhm.
and he wouldn't he didn't want, he basically couldn't skip both of them. Now, in my opinion, uh he very well, I mean, if Patrick Bet David had come to my event where I was charging people to get in and I put his picture on it, like people are
Mhm.
paying to see Patrick Bet David, I think you gotta return that favor. It's
Right.
like you come on my show, I come on your show. That's
Right.
what you gotta do. Like he could probably have done his shows remotely. He could have had a sit-in guest or sit-in host for that day. I don't think this completely um I don't think this completely what's the word? Like exonerates Tim from any
Mhm.
responsibility. He very well could have made it work. PBD said on his show that they offered to reschedule for Tim's schedule and he still wanted the private jet. Well, there you go.
Oh, the plot
Okay.
thickens.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if Patrick did reply. I wonder if anybody has that clip in chat, I'll award you 5 internet points. Um, okay, I thought he responded. That would be interesting. These two going at it. Now there is a subplot because I don't think they share a time. They don't share a time slot. I think Patrick Bet David's on like during the day. Um, Oh, no. May 31st, 6 to 9, right in Tim's time slot.
Oh.
Oh, ooh, maybe that has something to do
Uh-oh.
with it. Yeah, coming for Tim's time slot. So, I think, by the way, for the record, both of these guys are filthy rich, okay? Both of them
Sounds
could have
like it to me.
Patrick McDavid is worth $500 million, and,
Oh,
Tim Pool has on many occasions said he's worth many tens of millions of dollars. So,
goodness.
um, I think, they probably should have if Patrick Bet David really did offer to reschedule it for a different day, then Tim should have done it. Um,
Right.
you know, I don't know. Again, it's a bad look. I say it's a bad look as somebody who constantly gets in stupid petty drama. Um, like I understand that, it is what it is. Some people say that's exactly what that's Zorark said that's exactly what I said about PJ. Also, why would Tim fly him out why would Tim fly him out to an event in Miami when PBD is based in Miami? Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay. So he still showed up though. And if his presence there sold tickets, then I think,
Mhm.
that's a fair thing to say. But that is true. I don't know. The private jet thing, that's a little cringe. Um,
Yeah, I think if it were just for the scheduling purposes of, "Hey, I can't get here unless I can get a private jet," I mean, that's fair, but if I don't know. People it looks like are saying he demanded a private jet regardless, but
if that's true, then that's
if that's
cringe.
true, but I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
Now, I don't know, what I would say is if I know when Tim had his IRL event in Miami, if, if he put Patrick Bet-David's face on the event and charged money based on him being there, then Tim owes him one. It's now if Tim couldn't make it on this Friday, I think that's reasonable. Like,
Mhm.
he does 2 shows on Fridays. He's always done 2 shows on Fridays. I don't think it's reasonable to expect him to not work. Maybe he could have said, "Hey, do it Thursday, and then get me home Friday morning, or do it Saturday when I don't do any shows," or that kind of stuff. So, I think it's interesting. The PJet thing just makes him look like a little bit of a diva. I don't think it's that big a deal.